Ooh, dude. Now you're getting it. See, now you're going down to get it. You know what I mean? Bikram, come on over here, buddy. We're gonna talk through exactly what the game plan is. We already took a swing, so we talked about how we're gonna fix our takeaway a little bit. Keep working on that. We've already done a better job with our takeaway.
I feel this set, which is like, when
it looks great right there, right?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of, I think it just keeps getting too wristy as you go. You know, I think the most important thing about that takeaway is we just need to, from here, just feel a little bit more minimal downward pressure with that right hand for you, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit more there. And then just keep turning as opposed to having any more of that continue to move. It's the same thing you talked about with your short game that we're going to discuss later. But the big thing is, you know, we just don't want the golf club to get behind our hands early. That's number one. But what we're going to work on today is we're going to start working our downswing a lot more. I'm going to get that club a little more set down the line, though, because the reason why that club gets a little bit in this direction is because of this position here.
Yeah.
And then the arms taking over to the top. If you look at the whole top half of the swing from here to here, you'll watch and see how it's more like this than it is what? Continued turn. Yeah. When you continue to turn, so if I use my thumb as indicative of the shaft, and there's the line of my feet, okay, if I'm here, that golf club is going to go, I turn it down the line more, okay? Whereas if I get here and the chest stops turning, the arms go up and the club just points over in this direction there. You know, it's like some people get over-rotated and get, you know, they get here and then the club gets behind them and then they start turning and it gets back this way, right? But we're just trying to get everything together, chest and hands a little more here with the club in front of you. From there, we're going to work on making sure that second half is turned more up there to the top.
Yeah.
And then here's the chain reaction of what happens. Because your arms pass your body from here up, that's when your body has to now, and you can come on over here and check us out, your body has to now, if you look where the head is, spine angle has to start standing up. And then you start moving back out of it. And that's a coping mechanism for the arms being behind the body and having them try to catch up to the body center, not the ability to just go like this, watch. You know, rotating is not as complicated as people make it out to be. And let me explain that. It's not nearly as complicated as people make it out to be. You know, for me, I view my spine on an angle like this, and I have, you know, they call it the T-spine, right, with my shoulder line and my spine here. So I can, in my mind, imagine those angles. In my turn, if I keep my head still, my chin on a glass tabletop here, that will turn my shoulders well because I'm turning in my spine angle without moving. I wouldn't be going up or down. It would just be right there. Now from there, I feel like my belt buckle moves right on my belt line, like my left pocket moves right along my belt line. And when you watch when that happens, you put the pressure from the inside of your right foot, for you, the left foot, and it pushes the hips open. Now what happens, Bikram, when I push from the inside of the foot? The foot stays down, not down because it's planted flat on the ground, which is I don't like when, you know, people say keep your foot down. It's like that's not the foot, it's not the fix. It's that's basically a big flaw. That's going to get the person flat-footed, and that's, in my opinion, worse, right? It's actually pushing from the inside to open the hips. And that's where, when you push from the inside to open the hips don't get closer, the chest then doesn't back up, and the head won't come up and get that look. And then we have that extension look this way. People wonder why their arms straighten out. Well, think about it. You know, if my spine were down here, the only way to hit the ball would be to be in here, right? Otherwise, if I extend, I'm in the ground. But if I am on my tiptoes and it was like this, well, the club would never get down to the ground. So I have to extend the arms. So let's attack it like this. Takeaway. Just that slight hinge, keeping the club more just in front of your hands and turning from there. That'll keep the club up the forearms. I'd rather see you be on the other side of your hands than the inside. Easy. The backswing part that you really need to get down, turn it more to the top. Don't stall the chest and lift to the top. So easy checkpoints. Club should be just a little more in front of your hands. Club should be a little bit more down the line. So we'll illustrate that right away. The next part, and we have time today, we're going to work hard on, we have pitching wedge in our hand. From here, from the right position, what is it like to push from the proper part of your foot to open those hips, which will keep you back in your spine angle and working everything more underneath you, okay? All right, so when you do this, let's start with backswing first. Takeaway, turn, takeaway, turn. So get back in your setup. So to give our viewer a little bit of a history on Bikram, Bikram found us during, gosh, it was right during COVID, right?
Yeah.
And basically, I mean, where were you?
India.
He was in India. And what city again?
Punjab. It's a state.
Exactly. Yeah, state. Exactly.
Yeah.
Us in the United States. Right? Should have known that. But the whole point was we started working out there via FaceTime. Really, really awesome because it's amazing. The video actually had clarity. I was able to see him perfectly clean. We've worked a lot on the setup. So a lot of the stuff he's doing right now has drastically improved from where it was. But hey, since he's here, we're gonna crush it today. Now, with the strategy of how I'm going to teach a player who's coming, who's halfway across the world to be here, is normally with my students, yes, they're going to get the entire plan, but we might just attack takeaway backswing, takeaway backswing, takeaway backswing, knowing I'm going to see them next week to crush the downswing. With you today, you don't have that luxury, dude. We're doing all of it. Okay, so here's the one thing I want you to do better in your setup. When you have a pitching wedge in your hand there, get this trail arm a little more to your body, like this, when you start out with.
Yeah.
Okay, put the club there, and then leave it there, and just tilt to the ground. Because you know what happens? You get really far away on that on that side there, and it's almost like an unrealistic spot to hit the golf ball from. Get a little bit closer, feel that arm more up against your body.
Yeah, this feels more natural.
That's more natural, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you know what's funny? From there, it's going to be easier to keep the golf club in front of you. I would still use less wrist. Remember the first move I gave you? This was yesterday.
Yeah.
Just quieting the hands down, right?
I try to set, the wrist is after this, I try to set it a little bit.
Right, so if you look at this, there's that 45-degree angle that we talk about from inside of heel out over toe. That's where the club goes. What's funny is, if you just moved it to there, your turn would keep it going straight down the line, up the forearm, and then your body's turn would move it down the line to the top, right? So it's that line right there that you need to do a little better job of nailing. So just right there, that's all it is. Then it'll be a big turn with the chest to the top of the swing. With that knee flexed, boom. Ooh, that was nice. So if you can get that part down in the takeaway and not make that be a wristy move, but actually make it be just more of leaving the angle that you already started with. Look, if I keep turning towards Dave, I just keep turning. If I didn't turn, it would just be right there towards you. But watch, keep turning. It goes right up the forearm, right up the plane, And that's where it just, I believe that, when the backswing, I watch it a lot, the people's just momentum, the way they start the swing happens with the club head, happens with the hands, arms, and everything just gets a little pinned behind.
Yeah, what I was after we worked yesterday, it was I think I got the initial bit of the takeaway, but when I would set it, I try to set it along the forearm, but I end up doing this. So
and that's the part right there, and this is the part that's, people always look for that key thought, right? Yes, there's the beach ball under the level of the water when you push the hands away. Yes, there's the pushing down from lead shoulder into the into the heel pad of the lead hand as you push away. Those are all good, but I always tell people the one thing that ties it all together is the rhythm that you do it with. Yeah. And not only the rhythm that you do it with, it has to be done, that club has to move at the same pace as your hands are moving, as your body's turning. So if you watch this, that's the part right there, is you don't have to go here and then here. It's that subtle move that just happens in a blended motion all together, right? That moves it up the plane naturally. So if you can do that, just smooth rehearsals. Yeah, I used to sit in the mirror for just hours and just nail that. That's a better setup, by the way. Yes, I mean, what people haven't seen is that we've worked a lot on the structure of his lower body. We've worked a lot on legs not collapsing and sliding, and there's a lot here that's way better that people are going to hear me rip Bikram apart for the first 5 minutes of this lesson, the poor guy, But no, it's not like that. He's actually drastically improved, and his swing's really good. It's just that, hey, let's keep working. Here, go back halfway, though. Good. Now just keep turning. So just go back so right to this part right here. Right to the set position. I want to see you move past that first initial takeaway. Just get right there gradually. There it is. And then from there, keep that knee flex a little bit. We talked about that, just right there. And that's where, that club's not going to, that chest isn't going to stop and go like this. Right? Yeah. Just do a few more of those because I want to get one on video, and then we'll compare it to where you were, and then we'll start working on that downswing.
Yep.
Anybody who follows us or, watches what we do would really understand that we do as much as we can with the setup and backswing before we ever work on the downswing. But there is, there is some scar tissue from people's backswings and setups being a certain way that they're just not used to rotating through a golf ball the right way, even if everything's in the right spot. So that's where we'll bring a little awareness for the viewer and Bikram of how we can do that today. You know what's good though? You are consistent. See, you hit the same as checkpoint 1, but it's exactly like you said. The wrist kind of keep turning it in, and everything's fine here. I mean, it's just not the look one I'm looking for. Here we go. See how that point's just a little above the ball?
Yeah.
That's just one thing I want you to consistently work towards getting out of there. Now, what can change to make that happen? It's not much. I mean, it's just you doing a little bit better job, in my opinion, at this point right here. Just keeping the club a little bit more in front of you through downward pressure. That's the only thing I would do.
Yeah.
Just not letting the hands pick up and roll it. It's the only thing I would do. Watch, just do one right away where you just feel your right hand staying lower as you turn the club back. Yeah, so we're getting closer already. See how this one's actually pointed at the ball?
Yeah.
Touching the forearm, getting closer. So I don't want that to become a wristy motion. I just want you to build that in. It's just a little bit of downward pressure because I don't want to get too caught up and stuck doing that today.
Yeah.
Because you can work on that feeling. Remember, to sum up your takeaway, it's a more subtle, less wristy motion with the hands staying low and the club just coming up, not as a result of the hands pulling it up, but as a result of the heel pads staying low. Now, that's the big thing people have to understand. Like, you can take the club straight back, but it's gonna look like it's inside because it doesn't have the leverage, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it looks like that, and they go, man, I felt like I took it straight back. Well, yeah, you did. You just had no downward pressure. So let me help you out one more time with that, and then we're gonna start working on that downswing. Right there.
Yeah.
Just feel right there. See, it's on top. You can feel like right here, it's on top of the hands right there, right?
I feel like when I'm setting it, I sort of stop turning for a second, and that's when it gets like if I keep on turning, it stays with me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. But then you gotta be careful to not just over-rotate right away and open the door.
It's sort of working on two things right now. So.
That's why it needs to be just smooth and done in sequence and just everything together feeling. And people always, like I said, they always look for that one thought. I'm telling you, it's getting the thought and then getting in the mirror and just sitting there for a while. I can even do it with the shadow right there at the right angle and just being smooth and kind of peeking out of my right corner of my eye and feeling it over and over and over. The least amount of manipulation with my hands and my body moving the club up the right plane. All right, so here's one of my favorite drills for just maintaining spine angle better and being able to keep the butt back and the chest down. And what's great about it is I always look for the least invasive possible procedure on anything, you know? So, for example, this one right here. Come over here. Convenient that we have this hill right here. The ball's below your feet, okay? I remember my coach had me hit about 400 golf balls on the side of a hill in Chicago, and it was game-changing. Think about this. So take a look at this for the viewer too, and for yourself. That's probably level with where the ground is if the ground was level, right?
Yeah.
So when you think about it, how many inches is that, Gabe, from the ground? 7, 8. Yeah, cool. Okay, so the whole point is, you know, when you're hitting a ball from back here, you're going to have to keep your chest down more. Okay, if you back out of it at all, this shot becomes, you know, a lot harder to hit. So what's important about this is this one's going to help you cover. It's going to help you keep your chest down. That's going to be very, very helpful. So I do love this drill right here because it's, like I said, that doesn't get in the way of what a person needs to do. But Bikram, here's the thing. We're going to hit a lot of balls there. I'm going to do the righty version, not the lefty, because my lefty looks all right. My righty looks a lot better. All right, so you're good, buddy. Yeah, hop right in there. Don't worry about Gabe. Keep that club in front of you. Club sets properly. That weight builds right here, right? Yeah. You're pushing from in here. Like in your mind, don't let it get back over there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just be here to there. Here to there, right? And that's not until the very end where I get pulled up on that toe right there. And I still do. The mistake people make is they go like this. They hit balls like that, which, don't get me wrong, as a junior trying to figure it out, I'd hit lots of balls like that. But it's really just understanding what happens correctly. It's just not getting on the toes. Yeah. It's not getting this way. A lot of great ball strikers, you'll see them in transition. Watch the toes. They go like that.
Yeah.
And that right there just keeps them back in their heels, keeps the butt back, eliminates that moving forward, okay? So that's right there what I want you to feel. So you have club in front of you, more turn. 1, 2. So give me the rehearsal all the way at the top. And then feel like you push from the inside to open up. But I need to see it deeper, like this, like much deeper, like from in here, get the hips going back. And when you do that, exactly, return the hands. Go back there again. I want like the rehearsal's perfect. So return the hands back to where they started. Don't swipe the outside of it. So go slow here, real slow. Look where your hands should be when you open up those hips. Exactly. The whole point of this, think about this. The whole point of this is not to see you like this at impact, right? Yeah. So here are my hands when they started. I turn back. Yeah. Guess where they need to be? As a result of the hips turning back here, that's what's bringing them down right back to where they started. So, watch here. Boom. Right? I have this hand path device I always bring out, like right here, prevents people from getting their hands out here. Well, the trick is not returning your hands there. The trick is keeping your hips back to return your hands there. Just do a couple rehearsals here just so you know what you're trying to feel. Now, one thing that's funny about your setup that is really interesting that people overlook, if I have my lead leg in the right spot and have my trail leg kicked in like this, that right there just presets this.
Yeah.
I want that foot more out that way,
Yeah.
because not only is that going to open up your turn in the backswing, but it's going to help you work from the heel in the downswing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
usually out. Like I don't like maybe.
There you go, bud.
So I just want to hit. Should I hit one now?
Yeah, hit one, but really stay back. Keep that butt back. Keep the heels down. Yeah, just hit a bunch of balls from there, okay?
Yeah.
So the list: takeaway, turn, butt back, chest down. Ooh, that was better. That was much better. The whole point, Bikram, when you start doing this the right way, you're not going to see any of these shots, you know, because you're going to be staying over it, swinging underneath you.
And it also like, with me, like it's really like yesterday I was hitting it really well. Like just the whole day, like it's just a bit like hitchy and like it's off some days. Yeah.
Yes, like I know like you were more consistent. You already hit it better because your backswing is way better, right? And you would leave here playing better with just what we worked on yesterday. But I'm telling you right now, this is obviously, you know, what the next step is for you. It's better. It's definitely better. Nice job, Bikram. Wow, dude. Those are good golf shots right there.
I kind of like how like you've talked about the feel before, but like off the downslope I can really like exaggerate it.
Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, your head doesn't move back at all on these swings. Ooh, dude. Now you're getting it. See, now you're going down to get it. You know what I mean? It's just like the same thing. I have a lot of my players will always tell me, such a good point too. I'll say it later. But they always tell me they're hitting it a little thin.
Yeah.
And you know, I'll get that. Oh, you know, I'm hitting it straight. I'm hitting it well, but the contact just isn't quite there. You know, maybe it's a groove or two low on the club face. Yeah. Right. Well, I always tell them, don't look for the technical answer. Hit a knockdown shot. You know, hit a knockdown shot. You know, feel that compression. Do something to where you can actually feel that compression with that chest down and that butt back. I'll do that one later. There you go. Probably one of the best things you could do for your ball striking. Keeps the club more in front of you. Really, it doesn't allow you to get it back here inside. It doesn't allow you to over-rotate early because the weight stays more forward to start with, right? So you have to work back into your heels.
Sad about I was like further away from it.
Yeah. So here's our list. And you know, Gabe, I don't know if we picked this up earlier because we had the blower in the background. But what we were just talking about was, you know, oftentimes my better players will text me and just say, you know, I'm hitting it well, but contact just isn't quite there. I'm a groove or two low on the club face and just hitting it a little thin. Well, one thing we tell them, beautiful, before you try to get technical, just hit some knockdown shots. Hit some knockdown shots. And, you know, Cam Sisk and I've talked about this for a very long time. I've always had this verbiage, the knockdown mentality. You know, Gabe, you've heard that a lot over the years. The knockdown mentality is important to understand because what it is it's a mindset of engaging everything through impact, right? Not letting yourself just swing through it, but actually go get it. And that's where the knockdown shots are helpful. You know, you can hit a bunch of those, try to compress them, 3/4 knockdown swings. Get that back foot kicked out a little bit for me, bud. Yeah. There you go. Gabe, how different are those, huh? Much more over it, right? Yeah, if you watch your head too, your head stays much more, and I'll show you this in a minute on the camera, stays much more out over the golf ball. You don't back up out of the shot. So it's like I said, it's something that forces you to do it right in order to make, if you're making good contact here, you think about the common sense of it, right? You're 7 inches below where you would be on a lie over there. It's good for the body to get used to what that's like in transition. You know, I feel for me personally, and I watch a lot of great players. I've seen Tiger with the same look here. You know, when you're in transition,
I feel it's most apparent with Tiger. You can really see him.
You can see it, right? That left hip goes back, and the shoulder and the side of the body go down. Right? And it's just boom. And that's what I want you to feel more for you. Right side down with the right hip moving back. But you're moving that hip back from the inside of your left foot. So Beckham, we see a lot of people do this, right? We have the teeter-totter foot. That moves people like this. Then we have the person who thinks, oh, I'm going to push off the inside of my foot. They slide. No, it's pushing from in here to open up here. Okay, and that's where a little bit more, if you come back over here for a minute, we're going to go back over here, but I want to show you some stuff you can do on your own time to work on that footwork and to work on the lower body. A lot of our guys actually like hitting on the alignment rod because they can really feel their foot, you know, feel the pressure in their feet, feel it start in the balls, and then move back into the heels, and then stay in the heels through the golf ball. But just watch this right here. This is me feeling my right knee, your left knee, driving behind my other knee, my lead knee, as I rotate through the ball, right? So that right there, that's an old, I heard Tom Watson say that once, you know, just like he's taking his trail knee and driving it behind as he rotates. So just hitting some shots like this. You know, you can see him just kind of, got him a little stiff this morning, jeez. Here we go. You know, really exaggerating that. And yeah, those are the ones I talked about, how I don't want that to be the result of you just stopping completely. But as a drill, just to feel the pressure stay on the inside of the right foot, I could care less where I'm hitting these. I'm just trying to get a sense of, okay?
Yeah.
And then from there, you can go, okay, well, all right, that was, I feel that in transition. Now I can go up there. I like pausing so I have a chance to think about it. And then right through. You know, and that was more of a complete one where I exaggerated it, but I still finished the golf swing, okay?
Yeah.
Hit some ones like I was hitting them like this, right? Where you just have that foot a little bit more locked down. So basically, you know, and I'm stopping it, right? I'm just doing these little, I wasn't even caring where I hit it, you know? Just pause it. The reason I like pausing it is it gives you a second to actually think about it. So on this one right here, don't let your foot come up. Push from the inside to get that knee right behind and stay right there. Okay, you should feel like your hips are very deep in your spine angle, so don't try to hit it hard, just, there you go. That one happened to be the best one, but it wasn't even the intent to be the best one. It was more about just doing the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that was way better right there. Like, and I kid you not, man. I'll, like I said, I'll sit there and, you know, when I'm trying to, at least there's a part of the session where, you know, we're all at some point a little impatient, you know, to just try to get something done.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be that way at all, don't be that way by hitting golf balls and expecting it to all come together.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's like, no, listen, I don't care how I hit this ball. The ball's not even, and that's not even relevant at the moment here. It's just about exaggerating what I need to feel more. You know, I know that's unrealistic. I know I'm not going to actually do that,
Yeah.
but I am feeling in transition more of what I need to do, right?
Yeah.
So that when I actually take my swing, that first move coming down is actually a little bit of that squatting motion that gets me, right?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. A couple more. Just a couple more like that. Don't let the weight get back to this side of that line. That's the key there, okay? So good. It's so good. To keep doing it. Take a couple videos of that. Don't let the weight get back to the other side of the line.
I mean another one.
Go ahead and do it again, buddy. Let's see, look at this is nice because it allows you to at least get the takeaway right. You see that? The takeaway is good, the turn's good, and then, you know, watch. Forget the club for a second. I see how you release it out a little bit, which we're going to work on that. But watch. Look at your body.
Yeah.
See, that's more of what you need to feel.
Yeah.
Now it's about go to the top. Get the ball position in the right spot a little closer to the ball. Good, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Go to the top. And keeping that in there.
Yeah.
And then letting the club just get there with the turn.
Yeah.
Not having any swing out with the club. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
It's all like I've noticed like when I'm making the half swings, then I have this pump which like gets the club out of it.
Yeah. But hey, what I was showing him there was by doing a stop-go drill,
much better.
Everything got better. Everything. Meaning he nailed his takeaway, nailed his turn to the top. He rotated in his spine angle your left foot. I know I get always back and forth with you lefties.
I always use back foot, front foot, backhand.
I should just say that all the time. Yes, your left foot, your trail foot was stayed down very, very well, but not staying down because it was just flat, but you were pushing off nicely. And exactly. Do you feel the difference on that one though? With all we mentioned was, hey, it's easy when something might get off, and all that got off was he just was releasing the club a little bit this way rather than just keeping the elbow in as he turned, right? As you turn. That's where, we just put that last little thing in there right there, and then boom, yes.
I like how the couple of folks I've hit it slightly fat, and I guess that means I'm getting
into it.
Yeah, I'm getting into it more.
Getting into it, and when you just stop getting the club going that way and just keep.
I guess that you'll just react to it eventually.
Exactly.
That was much better.
Nice job, buddy. So go back there just so we have clarity on this again. I know you got it, but just so our viewer understands, what are we doing with this alignment rod under our feet, okay? Hop on back there with Gabe, bud, just so you can see this. I'm going to do one more little example, then we're going to hop back over on the hill, put it all together, okay? So if I'm here, I'm starting out with the proper setup, right? We have about 70-30 as far as the weight distribution. Hips are over ankles, shoulders tilted past the toes, but flexed down and balanced, very balanced. Now from here, why I love this setup is it allows me to turn and get that pressure back into the heel. Now, once I get into that heel, Bikram, the key for you is pushing off that heel and rotating through, not having any forward movement this way, okay? So we're pushing the hips open from the inside of that right foot this way. And that right there is our key for today as far as rotating in our spine angle. Here, right in that heel, and then right back through. Now, what that's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to, in the extreme at which we work at this, where we're keeping the weight back here the whole time, we're going extreme right now to allow you to feel like when you actually go, that it's just in transition.
Yeah.
And then it goes through, and you're still finishing with the, on your toe around on the back foot there, and finishing all the way up out of the shot. But just when you hit these shots, I don't mind for the golfer. Forget about the contact, forget about the shot. Just feel the foot stay down, push off the inside, open up, but watch when I finish. I'm still in my side bend right there with that foot down and the butt back. And that just helps me feel like I'm really over the golf ball. Yeah. Okay? A couple more like that. So don't stand up out of it. Stay in it, right?
Okay.
Stay in it longer, too. John, how you doing, buddy?
Just a couple of half shots?
Yeah, half shot. Good. Remember, so do that now and keep that elbow in, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, how good was that right there? That was so good, buddy. Do that again. How different was that through impact? Yeah, I mean, not a lot of videos probably, Gabe, where we've had a little downswing work. You know what I mean? We typically are just set up backswing guys because that really is the key. But as we talked about, sometimes when you do everything right going back, you're just so used to the way that you've always reacted to hitting the golf ball that there's still some stuff there left over. And that's exactly what it is that that we're working out of the system now. But watch this. Look at the arms coming down underneath you right here, okay? We're going to work on that club a little bit more. But as far as just the rotation there, let's pull this up and compare it to what we were doing just a little bit ago. This will be cool to see. Okay, so
it's so much like with the hips. It's so much more.
Yeah, look at me. It's pretty cool to see. I mean, here's the one he's doing now, and you can see the feet staying down, and you can see the toes up. It's pretty cool. But it looks like you're just in your posture, right? And what we're gonna have to learn, we're gonna open up more, with the club not going out, but the club staying in that position hey, listen, when you get this arm in that right spot, the shaking hand spot we talked about yesterday, look it's here. It just stays there. And the body's rotation squares it up, right? So none of that moving out.
But with the half swings, I tend to get, like with the real swing, like it comes inside for some reason, like with the half swing.
Exactly. But look at this. Isn't that crazy? I mean, obviously this is the after right here. Club's more in front of him, Arms are less, throwing the club. He's not on his toes and standing up out of it. It's just, for a guy who's the first time ever working on the downswing right today, it's like, it's cool to see a drill be able to immediately help move you in the right direction. Yeah. Just like that will be over there. Yeah. This is the one that's like, hey, I'm working it out of my system in a hurry. Yeah. This is the one over here that you do before you go play golf and you play better. But I think not enough people, and this is this one last lesson I want to give, and then we'll get to a couple more full swings, and then we'll do some short game, okay? But the one thing I want to make clear, not enough people can lose sight of where the golf ball goes and just not care. Yeah. Not care for a minute, just for a minute, and not make the golf ball be the purpose of the shot. Now, you're talking to somebody who we try to hit as many golf balls as we can with that purpose, but the purpose has to change sometimes when you're making a technical change that is not natural at the moment to what your body's typically done, right? So, I'm practically not even though a ball's there, that ball's not even I'm not even looking at it. It's not even a part of what I'm doing. And even though I am looking at it, I'm blacked out because I'm just focused on trying to feel my butt stay back, my chest stay down, and feeling pressure from the inside of my foot to open my hips, right? So I'm just doing this extreme, right? And if you hit it well, wow, bonus, but it's not like that's the purpose at all, right? Take 10, 15 swings like that to start your day where you just really feel what it is you need to do more. And then, you know what's cool? When you start letting it go, then it's all better. It gets better and better. That's good, Vikram.
That felt so. I could like feel it, like the club, like the elbow stay bent, like through my back.
That was much better. Hit one more and then grab like a 7-iron and just rip some sevens off this hill, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, so here's your goal now. Before we do some short game, I know we just gave it to you all. That's what you wanted, you know? It's everything you needed right now. Takeaway, turn to the top. The feeling in the downswing, which is what? What's the feeling for you in the downswing? Hopefully it's from heel to open up with the hands coming in closer and the club always staying like just getting
just like just with the alignment or just being like back there.
Yes.
Like getting down.
Good. Swing, buddy. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know the recipe, you know? You know the recipe. So there's a couple drills we left you with. Ball below your feet today, the alignment rod drill, one being a little more extreme, this one being a little more just, you're taking your normal golf swing, but just being able to feel what it takes to stay down more through the golf ball. That's big. So hit one more there and we'll go work on that short game.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching our video. Any questions or comments you have, please leave them below. Also, click the link below to pick up 3 free videos. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy our channel.